So, Loic, we're discussing the Uranus transit by square to your Mars around 2010. And do you remember what age you were 2010? Can you work that out?
So I was 19.
All right. So what were you doing when you were 19? What was your Uranus square Mars in real terms?
What I ended up doing is taking some time to spend 6 months in Miami and see what was out there in terms of exploring, either myself exploring and trying to see what would be next for me. And then going into Barcelona the following 4 months of that 6 months trip to Miami. And it
And
was
what
really just about discovering.
what did those two cities share in common? What was the sort of the overarching kind of sense of that sabbatical, you call it?
Yeah, I think unconsciously, I was unconsciously speaking, I think that they were both aligning to being wild. And those not necessarily cities when you find yourself, right? But for some reason, I wanted to go into those two cities to just explore and dance and party. And I felt like those were the most inviting cities to just do that. Um, and learn, kind of like perfect or improve um the either the English that I started cultivating in high school and the Spanish as well.
Okay, so the Gemini 29 is the first mockingbird in spring, and it's to do with the joy of a fresh start. So did this sabbatical bring you that joy, that fresh start?
I mean, it's very, very, very much so because it was my first time living in a new country that is outside the language. I saw my mother tongue language, so that was transformative there. So there's the aspect of freedom. How am I going to express myself? How am I going to do those things? Even though I had a little bit of practice, like I said in 2009, while going into a trip to Plymouth, England, um, and started there. I had a little bit of practice, but not to that extent. Um, and spending 6 months in that place was definitely transformative. And that first mockingbird, singing my own song, try to sing my own song, but learning my own song, trying to learn my own song first, decipher the sound or uh its melody, let's say. That was the exploration. I was starting to explore my song, to be honest, really. And that was the beginning stage of that.
Okay, yeah. So it seems like this was a period of wildness and self-assertion. Is that a fair summary?
It was definitely impulsive. It was definitely impulsive. It was an impulsive choice. It was a kind of a opposition, not opposition, but definitely challenging the statu quo. No, you're not going to school yet. Yes, you are going to explore. And yes, you are going into cities of complete debauchery, Miami and Barcelona. Well, rules don't apply. You party, you have fake IDs. I don't know if I have to say that.
It's okay.
But anyway, that was that was kind of the experience there, isn't it? So um but yeah, but one of the things that I can also say is that this freedom, did I see then that it had evolved my creativity? Not necessarily, but I can definitely see that it is a pivotal moment to my path of evolving. This taking the freedom to immerse myself in a new language, learning about its culture first, building intimacy with the space that I was in so that I can be fluent in a language that I wasn't fluent before. All of that really participated in my evolution to now be able to kind of have that conversation with you in that way. So it has been the birthplace, taking that step to new places and learning English in those new places and learning Spanish in those new places has been the birthplace of of evolving, um, and in that way, it was already creative. In that way, I was needed to be creative in order to do that, in order to learn.
Yeah. Okay, Loic, Uranus squaring your Mars, it seems to tell a story to you. Thank you so much today.
Thank you.